Now that the NHL season is wrapped up, finito, the Florida Panthers have been crowned the Stanley Cup champions.
Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup!
Connor McDavid being the 6th player in NHL history to take home the playoff MVP trophy without actually winning the Stanley Cup
is Connor McDavid.
Now that we've had a moment to breathe as hockey fans, I've come to the realization that this has been the most entertaining, chaotic, dramatic NHL season I've seen with my own 2 eyes. From the very start up until Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, we have witnessed one of the greatest seasons in NHL history. On this play, Owen Tippett breaks out the puck with a head of steam. He cuts to the outside, cuts back in, forcing the Dallas defenseman to step up and take the body, and to some extent, it works, as Tippett loses puck control. Yet,
Tippett spins, backhander, he scores! He just one-upped himself from the other night!
On this next play, the Panthers are on the power play, trying to gain zone entry on the Rangers. Barkov dishes the puck to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe gives it right back.
Back for Barkov. In front, and they score!
Where Barkov juggles the puck around K'Andre Miller, and as my man is falling to the ice, he would make a perfect pass to Reinhart. However, the 2024 RTH goal of the year belongs to Quinton Byfield after a face-off loss in the defensive zone. Byfield notices that the Columbus defensemen are slow on the draw. He scoops up the puck, uses quick feet to gain separation, but at this point, it's a 1 versus 2. He then waits for Werenski to make the first move.
Around one man in on goal, scores! What a goal! Quinton Byfield!
Dances around him, uses his feet to kick up the puck to his stick, and scores one of the nicest goals I have ever seen as he's falling down to one knee. Right out of a classic Connor McDavid montage. Just absurd. However, it wasn't all bells and whistles and goals and fun times for every team. And today's video is sponsored by Vessi. Based in Vancouver, Vessi makes high-quality, waterproof shoes. And I'm sure all of you watching this video despise wet socks with a passion. If you enjoy wet socks, you're a psychopath, don't know what to say. And Vessi shoes put an end to wet socks. Because in the past, every single year I think to myself, I've heard great things about Vessi, I need to get a pair, but I didn't, and endured wet socks. And now that I have 2 pairs of these shoes, I can't believe I didn't get them sooner. Look at this! I don't have to wear chunky rain boots running errands. I'm wearing a pair of sleek shoes. I can walk in deep puddles. And look, I swear this is from the same day, dry socks. These right here are the weekend sneakers, which I have been loving. These are the brand new Stormburst low tops. And this is the Westerly Coach jacket. Check out my link down below, or scan this QR code to receive 15% off your first order. As this season saw a lot of drama, a lot of dumpster cans, tire fires being lit throughout the year, Edmonton starting the season as cup favorites, only to be at the bottom of the standings getting blown out by the San Jose Sharks.
The half wall, back to the line, out to neutral ice, and the Sharks take down the Oilers.
Corey Perry having an unknown incident, which led to some of the craziest rumors I have ever heard in my life, where his contract would be terminated, or he would find himself in a depth role in Edmonton, where this man has set a new record, and that he's been to the Cup Finals 4 times. I repeat, 4 times in the previous 5 seasons, only to lose in a heartbreaking fashion every single time. Shane Pinto Parlay being suspended for half the season, the Senators failing to understand Dadonoff's trade clause, leading to the new Senators owners losing a 2025 first-round pick. John Tortorella being suspended 2 games after refusing to leave the game after being ejected.
Unbelievable. McCauley is saying, you gotta go.
I'm not.
This is unbelievable.
What do they do?
How long have you been around this game? Have you ever seen a standoff like this? And finally, there he goes.
The Arizona Coyotes losing their NHL team? Or perhaps the Buffalo Sabres, who, my God, have been the biggest tire fire in all of professional sports. Because after countless high-end draft picks, including 2 second overall picks, 2 first overall picks, 6 more picks in the top 10, they have now missed the playoffs for 13 years in a row, which would lead to to the firing of Don Granato. But here's the absurd part. If we take a look at players who left or were traded by Buffalo in the last 5 years, many of them have led their team to cups. Jack Eichel, Kyle Okposo, Sam Reinhart, Brendan Montour, Zach Bogosian. So we're not just talking about depth players. Many of these guys were crucial to their team's cup win. If not, the driving force. You can make an entire line of past Sabres who won a cup, and they would dominate any line on the current Sabres. Buffalo fans, I just feel bad for you. I feel for you. So you'd have to assume that the Buffalo Sabres take home the RTH award for the biggest dumpster fire. But this award goes to who else but Fanatics. Anything Fanatics. Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton. Look at this championship hat from the 90s. Okay, so now let's take a look at the Panthers championship hat. This shirt cost $121. It looks like a senile grandma who tried her best to make a shirt for her grandson. We love you, Granny, but we're not paying $120 for this crap. I'm not even a big jersey or memorabilia guy. What is going on where Fanatics is taking over the sports world? This season, we saw a lot of drama regarding players. Whether it was $11 million Marner, having the impact of a third-line player in the playoffs, the Pierre-Luc Dubois saga, or as we covered in a previous video. Throughout this man's entire career, going back to the CHL, whenever he joins a new squad, that team sees regression. When he leaves that team, they see progression. Now, is it a coincidence? Maybe. But without a doubt, his low-effort mentality is a slap in the face to hockey fans. I have heard he's a great teammate, so let's not get that twisted. But this guy has so much potential to be a premier #1 center, so I don't know what's going on here. Next, we have Jacob Trouba, and I love his old school playing style, as there's a short list of defensemen who play that Chris Pronger enforcer style of hockey with the ability to contribute on all sides of the puck. But this man's blatant elbows this season were ridiculous. Go for the open ice hit. Love it. But the fact that his first reflex is to stick out his elbow is absurd. But with that being said, without a question, without a doubt, the RTH award for the most annoying player goes to Nick Cousins. Nick Cousins, ladies and gentlemen. You know that common cliche of, yeah, that guy's annoying, he's a pest, but you would love him if he was on your team. And this applies to the Marchands of the world, the Kachuk brothers, back in the day a player like Ryan Kessler. But for Nick Cousins, this man does the most despicable things without the upside. Whether it's straight up dirty hits,
as well against the Boston Bruins as Cousins delivered the check on McAvoy.
him refusing to drop the gloves and answer the bell.
Oh, we got a little going on.
Yeah, Morrissey got hit out at center. He went down, and they go after Nick Cousins. Nate Schmidt tackled Cousins.
But worst of all, when he does do something stupid, this man turns into Franklin the Turtle.
Cousins just turtled.
Say what you want about a guy like Brady Kachuk, but he will answer his actions by dropping the gloves. In fact, with the recent NHLPA poll, which allows NHL players to vote on various topics, Nick Cousins got nearly 30% of the player vote. For the player you most want to punch in the face, just hilarious? Most annoying fan base. Vancouver. The Vancouver Canucks fan base. Now, I'm a BC boy, I'm a Canucks fan, and there are many amazing fans. In fact, the vast majority of the fans are great people. But holy shit, the toxic end of this fan base is wild. A big shout out to Vessi for sponsoring today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.